in a faraway kingdom. The main character, Will Craft, activated his golden hand, connecting to the divine hammer Mahonia, forging a sacred relic. With one snap of that hammer, he turned a dull scrap of metal into the holy light severance. The scene shifts to Will in the living room of his new home, which would serve as both a workshop and a newlywed nest. As he worked, he received shocking news from his fiancée, Sarika. She said, "Will, I want to call off our engagement." Will was stunned. "What?" "But this engagement was arranged by my old man and your father. I'm supposed to take over my dad's smithy, and you're meant to inherit the Hassan Trading Company." Sarika replied, "I've already found another. My true love." A man emerged from behind her, caressing her neck and placing his hand on her stomach. "Hey there," he said, engaging in this act of romance. Will was terrified, shocked. "Skeething? Since when were you two?" The man, Skeething, interrupted. "When Sarika's father passed away and she was grieving, you chose to work over her." Sarika added, "He comforted me and supported me. Unlike you," Will protested. "I didn't have a choice. I was fighting to rebuild the Hassan Trading Company when it was about to go under." Skeething smirked. "That's not it. The reason the business turned around was because a major client came in around that time, completely by chance." Will thought, "You're calling it chance?" But Sarika cut him off. "No." Will hoped she understood, but she continued. "After my father died, I didn't give up. I kept fighting. That determination is what people recognized." Trembling with rage, Will said, "Even so, to do this now? We just finished building a new home and opening a new store." Skeething interjected, "Sorry, bro, but you need to move out. This is our home now. We can't live under the same roof with your ex, right?" Will yelled, "Then why don't you two just live at Sarika's house? The Hassan Company building belongs to her, doesn't it?" Skeething replied, "I'm the new head of the household. My pride won't allow anything less." He placed his hand over Sarika's belly. "There's something else. She's carrying my child." Will rushed toward him. "You've got to be kidding me." Skeething said, "Don't yell. You'll scare her." Speechless, Will pushed Skeething away. "Damn it. Fine, take the house, take the store, do whatever you want." Sarika called out, "We'll wait." He paused. "What now?" She said, "We still need your weapons for the Hassan Trading Company. Please don't quit the store." Will was furious. Who the hell did she think she was? Skeething added, "It's fine. I'll take care of this smithy. We'll open the door. All of this has nothing to do with me anymore." The door slammed shut, leaving Sarika in distress. In a flashback, Skeething spoke to his father. "I can take over the store as well. You always favored Will. That guy is a once-in-a-millennia genius, a man blessed by the gods with a golden hand." His father replied, "You and I are the same. We're just mediocre, nothing more." Skeething cried, "Don't you dare look down on me, Dad. How can you say I'm mediocre? I hated you. I hated Will for having everything. Trust, God's blessing, a beautiful fiancée. That's why I took all of that from him." He grinned wickedly. A knock came at the door. A woman of great stature entered. "Excuse me, could you tell me where Master Hipposai is?" Both Sarika and Skeething were surprised, bowing. Princess Anna rose. The princess said, "I'm sorry, isn't Hipposai just the name of the store? I heard Will Craft had opened here, so I brought a congratulatory gift for him." Skeething thought, why would a princess visit some random smithy and mention Will's name? He said, "I don't know about the name." The princess recognized Sarika. "Wait, are you the daughter of the Hassan Trading Company's president, the one engaged to Will? You're lucky to marry such an amazing man." Sarika couldn't respond. Skeething intervened. Princess Anna rose. "Will and Sarika's engagement has been called off, and Will has already left the shop. I'm a new owner." Sarika tried to stop him, but the princess smiled. "Is that so? Then it's settled. You're the one taking over Hipposai, right?" Skeething confirmed. "Yes, I'm taking over Hipposai and everything that comes with it." Sarika was distressed, but Skeething smirked. "Rest assured, I'm taking full responsibility." The princess laughed. "Talking big with those arms. Well, I'll be going." As she left with her guards, she ordered, "Cancel all dealings with the Hassan Trading Company immediately. Find Will with everything the Empire has." He can't have gotten too far. One guard asked, but if Will's brother is taking over Hippocai's work, what's the problem? She replied, what do you really know about Hippocai? The scene shifted to Will, throwing stones into the water. He thought, even if they come crawling back and apologize, I'm never going back to the capital. He activated his golden hand, connecting to the divine hammer Mahonia in a flashback on his grandfather's deathbed. Will asked, what is a Hippocai anyway? The old man said, it's someone like me, a blacksmith blessed with the golden hand. Will didn't understand, but his grandfather explained, the golden hand carries a unique crafting skill. Every generation of Hippocai has had it. That's what makes us special. He tossed a coin into the air and, using the golden hammer, activated the skill Ultra Alchemy. With a strike of lightning, the coin turned into a gold bar. Will thought, I could sell this and have enough travel fund for a long time, but if I flood the market, it'll cause a financial crash. Better not go overboard, his grandfather continued. Normally, someone blessed with the golden hand only gets one skill, but you're different. You have 5 different craftsman skills. In the entire history of Hippocai, you're the only one. We've been honing our craft for ages to forge divine artifacts. Well, this is the secret relic I created, the divine hammer Mahonia. I pass it to you. From now on, you're a Hippocai. Will inherited the shop name and the divine artifact from his grandfather, Guy Kanoji Craft. He maintained the city's barrier, crafted sacred relics for the hero's palace, and fulfilled important orders from the king. The scene returned to Princess Anna Rose, who said to her guards, the reason the world and this kingdom are still at peace today is because Hippocai was here. If Master Hippocai stays missing, the barrier will be in real danger. A guard noted, but it was just maintained, so it'll hold for a year. The princess replied, should we inform heroine Catherine? She rejected the idea. No, not yet. We'll maintain the holy sword unless we're attacked by a horde of ancient dragons or something. It'll be fine for a while. Find Will, protect the barriers, secure the safety of the capital, and move out. She thought, heroine Catherine trusts Will not just as a craftsman, but as a man. Now that Will is single again, we better find him fast before someone else tries to snatch him up. The scene shifted to Will, who used another skill, open box. He thought, first things first, stash the traveling money. The maintenance gig started after grandfather died, just to keep food on the table. It wasn't what Hippocai was meant to do. Skeething can take care of the shop now that he recalled his grandfather's words. Hippocai's true mission isn't maintenance. The divine hammer Mahonia is a model. Use this artifact as your reference to fulfill the true mission of Hippocai. You must forge original sacred relics. As a child, Will cried as his grandfather died, his last words being, make the sacred relic and offer it to the heavens. Will said, you were pointing the way for me all along. He used another skill, drifting teleportation crystal, S rank. With one hit of the hammer, an ordinary coin became a teleportation crystal that could transport him to a random location he'd never been to before. Crushing the crystal, he thought, I'll become a legendary craftsman like Grandpa Guy Kanoji. I'll travel the world, hone my skills, sharpen my inspiration, and one day forge a sacred relic even more incredible than Mahonia. As he vanished, a girl's scream echoed. Will appeared in front of a beast girl chased by a monster. She cried, someone help me. Will strengthened his hammer and, with one strike, defeated the monster. Stop right there. The girl hid, terrified. Will approached the beast girl, noticing her bitten-off arm and leg. He saw a slave collar on her neck, a mark of a slave-trading merchant's merchandise. Looks like her owner got eaten. He thought, as he approached, she cried harder, scared. Don't try to move. You're severely injured, Will said. Using his hammer, he activated the golden hand and the skill full restoration. Striking her injured leg, he repaired it instantly despite her pain. She gasped, no way. What did you just do? Will explained, I used my hammer to activate a skill. I repaired your damaged leg with full restoration. He added, I'm going to try another skill. Striking her neck, he removed the slave collar. If you had tried to remove it, your head would have exploded. Now you're truly free. Overjoyed, she hugged him. My name is Poro. Thank you for saving me, big brother. Will introduced himself. No problem. I'm Will Craft. It's getting dark, so let's set up camp. He found a tree and, with a strike of his hammer, activated transformation, wood in a log cabin. The tree morphed into a majestic tree cabin. Poro was shocked. What the heck? The tree turned into a house. The scene shifted to the Gritanera Kingdom's frontier. Someone exclaimed, a horde of ancient dragons. Who could have done this? Atop a mountain of dragon corpses stood heroine Catherine Iceberg, the Lady of the Holy Sword. Everyone knelt. She handled it all alone. The town's protective barrier isn't a real solution for the kingdom's peace. Lady Catherine is absolutely necessary. They urged, Lady Catherine, come with us to the royal capital. Catherine asked her sword something incomprehensible. She noticed, it looks like the sword has been chipped. A man blushed. No way. Did Lady Catherine, cold and composed, just smile? Catherine, blushing, said that's just how it is. She teleported to the Gritanera Kingdom's royal capital. Her sword transformed into a cat. Thanks, Carol. You're in a good mood. The cat teased. Bet you're excited to see that beloved Smith prince of yours. Carol smiled. I'll finally get to see Will again. The cat purred. I love Will too. Nobody maintains me as carefully as he does. He said the sword couldn't chip unless we fought 100 ancient dragons. So you exterminated an entire horde just to test it out. You pushed me to my limits to see him. Carol admitted, I'm only here because he's here. At the smithy, she checked her appearance. No problem. She rang the bell. Skeething opened the door. Well, hello, gorgeous. Come on in. Carol's smile darkened. Where is Will? Skeething bowed. Wait, Lady Catherine. My brother isn't here. She pushed past. I'll wait for him here. Skeething replied. My brother has been fired. Starting today, I'm the new owner. Furious, Catherine released her aura, nearly knocking Skeething down. So, this idiot is the one who will inherit this and kicked Will out? She pointed her blade at his neck. Where is Will? I need him to repair the holy sword. Skeething, thinking she was just mad about the sword, said, Oh, is that what you need? In my brother's place, I'll personally maintain your holy sword, Lady Iceberg. The sword, in its cat form, scoffed. Carol, and we're the only ones who can see me. Maybe the little brother has a chance. Skeething boasted, I can do it. I'm far better than him. Taking the sword, he thought, once she sees my skill, she'll keep coming to me instead. Will was just born first, that's it. This is my chance to take everything he holds dear. As he worked, the sword cried out, It hurts. You're way too rough. Treat me gently. It released a monstrous aura. Stop, you dumb son of a gun. Skeething, terrified, screamed, My arms. My arms are going to break. Catherine caught the sword. Wow, you seriously pissed it off. The sword complained. He's not even listening to my voice. He's just fooling around, doing whatever he wants. Will understood that even tools have a heart. He always treated us with respect. Skeething protested. What nonsense. Swords can't get mad. The sword retorted. He's hopeless. This guy is total trash. Catherine declared. The holy sword possesses its own will. Master Will has always maintained it perfectly. I'll never return here. She gave Skeething a side eye. You and your brother Will are worlds apart. Skeething begged, wait. Serica arrived, calling, Lady Catherine. Skeething pleaded, give me another chance. On his knees, he insisted, I'm better than my brother. Serica snapped. What the hell happened here? Skeething explained, I pissed off Lady Catherine. She said she'd never return, but even if the heroine doesn't return, there are always more customers. Serica was furious. You idiot. If Lady Catherine hates us, it's the same as being hated by the entire kingdom. We're done for. Skeething yelled, shut up. A messenger arrived. President Serica, the royal family has canceled all their orders. What should we do? Serica shouted. I know that already. Get the hell out. Then, realizing, she asked, wait, who canceled their orders? The scene shifted to the cabin Will built. Poro was taking a hot bath, eating delicious food, wearing comfortable clothes, and sleeping on a soft mattress. She thought, brother is like a magician. Will blushed. I guaranteed protection for this house. It's part of my abilities. Supreme alchemy lets me create food from ingredients. Poro exclaimed, "That's so incredible. You're too amazing, brother." Well, reflected, it feels good to see someone appreciate my work. Lately, I've been working myself to death. It's only natural for a smith to forge 9,999 grade A works a day. He recalled Sarika's words. Poro said, "I think Big Brother is a great person." Well thought, my grandfather was an extraordinary genius, creating one miraculous work after another. My father wasn't as skilled, but was always careful, doing things for others. They were geniuses, but I'm just ordinary. All they did was teach me some tricks. To Poro, he said, "I'm not some great person. I'm just a blacksmith. I do what I can to see people smile." As he spoke, Poro fell asleep. Will chuckled. "Come on, did you fall asleep on me?" Smiling, he thought, she must be exhausted. The next morning, Will yawned. "Good morning, Poro. Time to get up." He froze, seeing a long-legged, curvy, beautiful woman with cat ears. "Who the hell is this?" She yawned. "Good morning, Big Brother Will." Her clothes were too small for her transformed body. Will stammered, "Poro, haven't you changed just a bit?" She squeezed her chest. "Well, I think I've undergone an evolution." Outside the cabin, Poro said, "The clothes you made for me are super easy to move in." "Thank you so much." Will asked, "What exactly is evolution?" Poro explained, "When monsters absorb a certain amount of mana, they evolve into higher-tier species. Since beast folk like me have monster blood, we evolve too. The food you made last night had a ton of mana, so maybe that's why." Will called out, "Hey, are you just going to keep following me?" Poro asked, "Master Will, does it annoy you to have me around?" He replied, "No, of course not." She smiled. "I don't have anywhere else to go, so I'm glad. I want to follow you and serve by your side." Her cute appearance melted his heart. Poro leaned close, whispering, "We could also make a few kittens now." Will bolted. "I'm not ready to be a dad." Poro chased him. "Please wait, master." Running, Will bumped into someone. A girl said, "There should be a village ahead." They saw a sign, "Dead End." Will asked, "That's an ominous name for a village. Is this a lake? What happened?" Poro ran to some people. "I'll go ask them." A villager cried, "Dad, the village is underwater now." The village chief, Arthur, explained, "The village went down with a flood when a storm blew through the other day. There aren't any young people in our village either. To be honest, I'm not sure what to do. Even with young people, it would still be impossible." Will moved toward a densely covered forest, climbing a hill for a better view. Poro called, "Master Will, what's wrong?" He said, "I knew it. The mountains surrounding this village form a basin. That's why Dead End floods every time. Maybe I can do something." He reached for his hammer. Divine Hammer Mahonia transformed into large. Everyone was shocked as the hammer grew massive. Poro thought, "That's amazing." Will swung it down with force, creating a giant crater in the lake. Water splashed everywhere, overwhelming the onlookers. Will said, "Now for the finishing touch." He broke the barrier between the lake and the crater, letting water fill the new reservoir. Relieved, he said, "It all went well. This is how Will created a reservoir to prevent flooding." The village chief exclaimed, "The water just keeps coming." They returned to the village, which was destroyed with no hope left. Arthur fell to his knees. "Our village is gone." Will said, "Wooden houses are easily damaged by water, especially if they're old." He pulled out a black cube, creating shimmering, floating stones with one of his skills. Arthur wondered, what's going on? What is he about to do? Will activated his golden hand and struck with the hammer. Full restoration plus creation. The village was rebuilt with stone and brick upgrades. They're all fixed along with a few improvements. Arthur was overjoyed. "Our houses are back." Villagers marveled. "Is this for real?" Arthur asked, "Are you some kind of great mage?" Everyone bowed, saying, "We're eternally grateful. Now we can live in peace." Will replied, "No need for that." Arthur insisted, "If we can't repay you, we'll feel guilty for the rest of our lives." Will asked, "Do you have any strange weapons or tools, maybe a shrine-like substance out of town?" They showed him a sword covered in enchantments. Well thought, this is a demonic sword. Arthur explained, long ago, a hero used this sword to slay an evil god and save the people, but he lost his mind. Our ancestors sealed this demonic sword in this shrine. We'll remove the enchantment papers and held the sword. I never thought I'd see such a murderous weapon here. Arthur asked, Sir Will, are you fine? It's difficult to even touch this and keep your sanity. Will instructed Poro, go outside and wait with Arthur. Poro protested, but I can't protect you if I'm out there. Will reassured her, don't worry. I'll finish this quickly. Arthur hesitated, but Sir Will, that's a very powerful sword. Will struck the sword with almighty destruction, level 1 decomposition. The sword began to unsheath. He thought, you've been neglected. I can see the bloodstains on your blade. It must have been painful to be sealed and covered in rust for so long. Arthur was confused. Who is Sir Will talking to? Will said, if you put yourself in the place of the sword, you can hear its voice. An oozing energy emanated from the sword, distressing Poro and Arthur. Poro tried to approach, but Arthur stopped her. Don't get too close. Will was engulfed by the sword's energy. The holder of the sword is cursed to lose their sanity. What a wicked sword. A spirit emerged, about to consume him. Will thought, what in the hell is this? Arthur explained to Poro, this demonic sword has a spirit sealed in it. Some people can see the spirits of swords. Will said, tools are meant to be used by everyone. The curse means the sword can only be wielded by certain people. That's the true curse. Arthur urged, release the sword now. Poro yelled, Master. Will continued, a sword that drives people insane? No one paid attention to you. You were sealed and shunned for so long. It must have been painful. The sword's spirit cried, trembling, please, oh please. Will said, I want tools to make people smile, and I want those tools happy to be used. You could be too. I won't leave you alone. Using his golden hand, he activated another skill, and the curse vanished instantly. Poro, Arthur, and the spirit were stunned. Will declared, I'm a blacksmith. My job is to repair tools. He pulled out his hammer. I'll complete you. Your name will be Yuzora. With a strike, using almighty refinement, the spirit screamed as if freed. A massive energy burst from the sealed room, knocking down Poro and Arthur. The scene shifted to the kingdom of Gratanera, where Catherine was with her sword spirit cat, Corey. She sighed, I can't find him. Well, where are you? Corey noticed something. There's a new presence. Another holy sword has emerged out of nowhere. The forging of the sword was complete, and the evil spirit within it gently calmed. Will Craft, the main character, engraved something on the sword's handle. The blade rotated and transformed into a magnificent Cortana-type sword. The spirit was reborn as a beautiful maiden, adorned in ethereal, otherworldly garments. She spoke, It's a pleasure to meet you, Master Blacksmith. Now, I suppose I should call you Creator. Will asked, does it still hurt? She replied, no. I'm the spirit of the Holy Sword of Darkness, Yuzora. I thank you for granting me my name. Will was surprised. What? You're a holy sword? Yuzora explained. It seems I have been reborn from a demonic sword into a holy sword. You are my honored laborer, Creator. Poro and Arthur, witnessing this, were stunned. Arthur exclaimed, this is unbelievable. Poro thought, she's so beautiful. Yuzora turned to Poro. You can perceive me as well. We'll toss the blade to Poro. Take her. Poro was terrified. Me? I thought only heroes could use holy swords. She was astonished as she performed a series of deft moves, slashing, spinning, backhand, forward, and finally sheathing the blade. She thought, the sword naturally guides all my movements. Will said, you gave me the inspiration this morning. Poro was confused. Did I really? Will nodded. It's true. I fed the holy sword mana, which made it evolve. Yuzora's spirit added, it's amazing to think a weapon can evolve. You are truly impressive. Will shared, my grandfather once told me that in the Far East, blacksmiths engrave their names onto the blades they forge. When granting your name, I infuse the power of the golden hand. Holy swords are bestowed on the world when an apostle of God descends. Arthur gasped, this is incredible, Sir Will. You are the first human to ever create a holy sword. Will reflected. Grandfather Guy Kanoji always regretted that he was unable to forge a holy sword. So, I'm the first. Poro noticed his expression. What's wrong, master? You created a holy sword, a divine relic. Shouldn't you be happy? Will replied. All I did was finish what someone else had already started. I didn't forge this with my own hands. He called to Yuzora. Beyond that, I'm just glad you're happy. Yuzora smiled. Creator, Will declared, someday I will forge a divine relic from scratch, one worthy of my own standards. As lightning rattled in the distance, someone observed from afar. Carol, with her sword spirit cat, Cory. Cory gasped, it can't be. The new holy sword hasn't descended from the heavens. It was born in this world. A human created a holy sword. Carol, surprised, laughed. Cory, confused, asked, why are you laughing? Carol, blushing, said, don't you get it, Cory? It was Will who created it. The world will recognize Will's skill. Then she realized, this is bad. Cory asked, how so? Carol explained, find a location of the new holy sword instantly. Meanwhile, Will had set off on a journey. In a carriage, he read, Dead End is on the edge of the kingdom's border. We should head to the Empire of Madoka. Closing the ledger, he said, anywhere's fine, as long as it's not here. Poro, driving the carriage, was thrilled to be with Will. As they left, Will thought, it was all thanks to the villagers who gave us this help. I couldn't even refuse them. He said to Poro, I entrusted the holy sword of darkness to you. Poro asked, you really want me to use it? Will smiled. It sure suits you best. Take care of Yuzora and use her to make people smile. Yuzora's sword spirit, sitting atop the carriage, said, the wind feels great. I feel alive out here. As thanks, I'll teach Poro swordsmanship. Poro asked, will I be able to use swordsmanship? A sudden gust of wind threw the carriage off track. Poro exclaimed, what's with this wind? It's above us. A massive green dragon appeared, its menacing eyes fixed on them. Will said, is that a green dragon? As it flapped its wings, preparing to attack, he thought, the scales of a green dragon make perfect materials for armor. Yuzora noticed his thoughts. It seems my creator only sees monsters as living materials. Leave it to me. This will be good training for Poro. Poro gulped. What? Actual combat. Will added, I also want to see Yuzora's skills. Yuzora guided Poro forward as the dragon attacked. Poro closed her eyes, slashing at the dragon's neck. Excited, Will watched as she landed a hit, but Poro thought the wound wasn't deep enough to cut its throat. The dragon gathered energy in its stomach, bloating up. Poro asked, Yuzora, what do I do? Yuzora replied, look ahead. If you place your trust in the sword will entrust itself to your heart. Open your eyes and listen to your heart. Even in the grip of darkness and despair, you must seize the glimmer of hope. Poro faced the dragon, seeing it clearly. It's all right. I'll be by your side. As the dragon spewed fire, Poro's attack sliced its neck smoothly, like butter. This was the power of a holy sword. Poro landed, opening her eyes. Master Will, I did it. Will praised. Good work, Poro. Yuzora critiqued. You couldn't even use 1% of my power and failed to slay it in one hit. Poro, dejected, said, that's right. Even with Yuzora's skills, I'm just a novice at swordsmanship. Will patted her head. That wasn't half bad for your first time, right, Yuzora? Yuzora agreed proudly, and Poro beamed. In the forest, Cory said to Carol, there's no reason to rush. Carol warned, a single holy sword is so powerful it can bring a nation to its knees. What do you think would happen if all the countries knew of Will's existence? Cory understood. Their unchecked greed would ignite a war over Will. Carol nodded. Yes, but that's not important. Before the world learns of Will's capabilities, I'm going to propose to him, marry him before anyone else does. Cory was astounded. Seriously? Why now? Carol, embarrassed, said, if it's discovered that Will is a godly blacksmith capable of creating a holy sword, all the ladies of the world will propose to him in masses. I won't let that happen. Cory, how much distance is left? Speed up, Cory reported. The Holy Sword is in Dead End Village, at the kingdom's border, but we're heading close to the Empire of Madoka. Carol stopped. The Empire of Madoka? That means a hero of the Empire. Lightning cracked from the sky, striking the dragon's corpse in front of Will. He muttered, "Thunder? It's her, isn't it?" A beautiful woman appeared, wielding a whip as a lightning rod. "I finally found you, Sir Will." Will recognized her. "It's been a long time, Lakia." Poro, confused, asked, "Who the hell are you?" Lakia ignored Poro, addressing her dismissively. "I doubt you're capable of protecting your master." She attacked Poro with her whip. "Let's see if you can keep up." Will tried to intervene, but they clashed, whip versus sword. Poro exclaimed, "Is this a whip?" Lakia smirked. "This isn't just a mere whip. This is my partner, the holy sword of lightning, Thunderthorn." Poro was shocked. "That's a holy sword too?" In the forest, Corey told Carol, "The heroine of the holy lightning sword, Lakia, has made contact with Will. There are 6 holy sword users in this world, all wielded by battle maidens. Lakia, the lightning heroine, brandishes the mighty Thunderthorn." Carol fumed. "If that dirty tramp tries to seduce Will, I'll kill her. Let's hurry." Lakia taunted Poro. "Caught you hook, line, and sinker." Poro attacked with Yuzora. "Take this." But she couldn't cut the whip, which was unnaturally hard. Lakia laughed. "Is that a holy sword? And you can't even cut my whip?" Lakia withdrew her whip, then unleashed a lightning attack. Poro, caught mid-air, was vulnerable. Will intervened, using almighty refinement. Air shield, redirecting the lightning to a nearby mountain. Will caught Poro as she fell. "I shouldn't have let you do that." Poro apologized, but will turned to Lakia. Lakia, with a grim face, said, "This woman is too weak. I cannot accept her as Master's wife." Poro was confused. "Master's wife?" "No, she isn't," Lakia said. "Master, do you remember our deal? If I win against you, you'll take me as your bride." Will sighed. "Must you always make these jokes?" Lakia, serious, replied, "Does it look like I'm joking?" She whipped up a thunderous cloud, preparing her final move. "This ends today. I'll surpass you right now." Yuzora warned, "Those clouds, that thunder is bad. She was just playing around when she fought me." "Master, brace yourself." Lakia released her ultimate technique, Fly Dragon Draconic Thunderstorm. A dragon-like creature formed above Will's head, threatening to turn everything to ash. Will said, "I've got no choice but to use my full power." He activated Almighty Destruction, level max Oblivion. With one hit, the dragon was eradicated, and Will retrieved his hammer. Lakia marveled. "I never imagined you'd shrug off a hero's attack so effortlessly. As always, you're truly impressive, Master." Poro asked, "Master Will, could this person be?" Will explained, "Lakia, the heroine of lightning and possessor of the evil eye." Poro questioned, "The evil eye?" Will recounted, "When she was a child, she fell victim to a disaster and was cursed with the eye of the god of death. Any living thing seen through her, I would perish. Despite all attempts, nothing could help her. The Empire sentenced her to death as the bearer of both the Holy Sword and the Evil Eye. They searched for someone to lift the curse, and that's when they found me. I couldn't remove the Evil Eye. It was beyond my capabilities, but I sealed it with a magic sealing device." Lakia said, "That's why I'm here. I can't live like this anymore. I've been locked in a dungeon for too long. The man who saved my life is my only salvation. But I don't want to be just another sheltered lady. That's why I love you, Master Will. I want to be strong enough to defeat you. When the Holy Sword was created, I knew only you could have done it, so I ran to find you." Will stepped forward. "Lakia, remove the seal on your eye." She was confused. "What?" Poro protested. "Master Will, you'll die." Yuzora added, "What will you do, Creator?" Will asked, "Lakia, do you trust me with your life?" She replied, "Of course I do. My life is yours. It always has been since that day." She removed the eye cover, revealing the evil eye. Will said, "All right, I'll do it." He saw a W-shaped flaw in the curse. Using his legendary hammer, he declared, "Now I will destroy it." With almighty refinement, he struck, and the flaw vanished at Lakia's I was different. She cried, Master, you're alive. Will confirmed, yeah, I'm here, Lakia. She exclaimed, my eye, it's been restored. Poro and Yuzora marveled. The evil eye is now a divine relic. Will explained, Yuzora was originally a demonic sword, and Lakia's I was a cursed object. I applied the same principle. The curse was within its structure. I dismantled it and reconstructed the missing part, so the eye was reborn. Lakia ran to Will, embracing him. Master, my love, hit me with another ultimate technique. Will, overwhelmed, said, this is too much. Her tears fell on his face. You really broke the curse. Will smiled. You've gotten stronger. Lakia, elated, said, you're admitting it? I'm so happy. Marry me now. Will declined. That's a no, darn it. In the kingdom of Gritanera, Will's blasphemous brother, Skeething, used a seal on his sword, empowering it. It was the same seal as the one on Lakia's evil eye. Skeething said to a hooded man, incredible. If I press this seal, I can fake all the tools I want. Thank you, sir. The hooded man replied, use it well, the cursed false seal. The scene shifted back to Will. Lakia, licking her lips, said, if I can beat you, I'll take you as my master. With this new right eye, even you can't resist loving me. She activated her eye of divinity, attempting to stop time. Will was unaffected, but Poro was frozen. Lakia yelled, why does it only work on her? Will explained, of course it wouldn't work on me. I made it. The original creator didn't want to be killed by their own eye, so I made myself immune. It's a safety mechanism. Poro exclaimed, that's incredible. Master is a god. Lakia, stroking her hair, sighed, that was my chance. In the carriage, Lakia said, it may not be the marriage announcement I intended, but I wish to inform Her Majesty that you restored my eye. Will asked, how is Her Majesty? Lakia replied, you'll see for yourself. At the imperial capital, Will marveled, every time I see this barrier stretching over the city, it's breathtaking. Poro asked, you can see the barrier? Will confirmed, it covers the entire city. Yuzora added, that's the protector of the city. The fact that you can see it suggests your skill as a blacksmith has increased. Will beamed, I finally improved. I've done maintenance on them before, but it's my first time seeing one. In the imperial palace, Queen Artemius sat on her throne. Lakia announced, I have returned, Your Majesty. The queen called, is that you, Lakia? Poro was confused. Lakia explained, the empire favors the powerful, regardless of gender. Her Majesty Artemius led her own army to protect the country during a catastrophe. Artemius said, it's been a long time, Will. Will replied, it feels like a lifetime, Your Majesty. Artemius coughed heavily. Thank you for coming to Lakia's aid twice, no less. Trembling, she added, I apologize. I'm not in the best condition right now. Her attendant said, Your Majesty. Poro asked, is Her Majesty ill? Lakia explained, the damage to her lungs runs deep. The cough never ceases. Even with the Empire's best medical technology, her lungs cannot be repaired. Artemius said, I don't have much time left in this life. Will protested, no, you're strong. I'm sure you'll recover. She shook her head. It's on my hands. My body is broken. The doctors say I don't have much time left. Will insisted, please, let me heal your broken body. Artemius was shocked. All the doctors told me not even saints could fix my condition. As a blacksmith, you should understand there's a difference between people and objects. Will countered, I can mend wounds and flaws, but diseases are beyond my abilities. However, instead of treating the disease, let me repair your sick and broken body. You said it was broken, right? Lakia said, Master is truly remarkable, almost divine. It's worth a try. Artemius agreed, all right, since you helped Lakia, I'll believe in you. Will activated his golden hand and struck with full restoration. Artemius's body was engulfed in flames. Then a radiant ball of energy enveloped her. Lakia thought, such a bright light. Poro marveled. 7 colors combined beautifully. A guard burst in. Your Imperial Majesty, there's an emergency. Seeing the scene, he drew his sword. What have you done to Her Majesty? Lakia intervened. General Eridak, these are our guests. Her Majesty is undergoing treatment. What is it? He reported. The barrier device is broken. Demonic insects are heading for the imperial capital. Lakia was shocked. What? Will overheard and stepped onto the balcony, witnessing a disaster. Giant monstrous insects were devouring everything. People fled as soldiers guided them to the palace. Lakia thought, this is a nightmare. She prepared to fight. General, evacuate the citizens. I'll crush these bugs myself. Eridak stopped her. You can't. The demonic insects are attacking through the barrier. Lakia demanded. Then fix the damn barrier. Eridak said. The engineers managing the barrier aren't in the Empire right now. Will declared. I guess I'll have to fix it. Eridak tried to stop him. What are you doing? Will activated his golden hand, its power throwing Eridak back. Will noticed a magical circle on the barrier, similar to the one on Lakia's evil eye and the false seal his brother used. Jumping into the fray, surrounded by insects, he used almighty refinement. With one hit, the insects were obliterated. The crowd watched in awe. Eridak was speechless. Will landed among the people. The lights are intense, but the bugs should be gone. Eridak stammered. The insects disappeared. Will explained, I've upgraded the barrier. It's now self-sufficient and will disintegrate monsters on contact. Although the layers are repaired, the damage seems to come from inside. Eridak scoffed. Don't spout lies. No one can see the barrier. Will countered, the barrier naturally degrades, but this incident suggests sabotage from outside. General, you're sweating a lot. That seems strange. Eridak grew nervous. Do you suspect me? I haven't even said who the saboteur is yet. Heavy steps approached. A battle-ready figure appeared. Queen Artemius in her peak form, the battle maiden who defeated all enemies. The crowd gasped. Eridak stammered. That crown. Where's Her Majesty? She declared, Don't you understand? I am the Empress of the Empire, Artemius. Lakia, Poro, and Will were shocked. Will asked, Your Majesty, what happened to your body? Artemius explained, Will repaired my body. This must be the effect. Will said, Not only were your cells healed, they were replaced with new ones. It's a divine miracle. Long live Majesty Artemius. The crowd cheered. Artemius ordered, Arrest the general. Lock him in the dungeon. Eridak shouted, Damn you, I'm taking you all with me. 7 powers, glory to you. He revealed dynamite strapped to his body. Lakia and Poro called him a lunatic. Artemius charged, kicking him into the air. Those who dare harm this empire shall find no mercy from its empress. Eridak died in a lone explosion, without dignity. The crowd chanted, Long live your majesty. Artemius, blushing, said to Will, How can I ever repay this kindness? Will replied, Seeing your majesty's smile is enough reward. Poro and Lakia whispered, Empress Artemius is popular, but she has yet to find a husband. That means she's our rival, Poro. We must face her together. Will thought, 7 powers? What did he mean by that? The scene shifted to the Gritannera royal capital at the Hassan Trading Company. Serica, Will's ex-fiancée, thought, Damn it, I can't take it anymore. As soon as the royal family cut us off, the nobles followed. If we lose one more major client, a knock came. Serica yelled, Who the hell is it? Can't you see I'm busy? Come back later. The S-rank guild master entered. Serica apologized. Why is the guild master here? I apologize for my behavior. Please forgive my insolence. The guild master said, I'm grateful for the magnificent sword I purchased the other day. It was one of Will's swords, Serica said. I'm honored to be of service. The guild master continued, I liked it so much, I thought it wise to order 50 more for the guild. A box of sword arrived. Serica said, We poured our heart and soul into forging these. Are they to your satisfaction? The guild master tested one, then used Will's sword to cut the others in half. They crumbled into rusted blades. Serica fell to the ground. The guild master declared, They're fakes. Total fakes. They only look like grade A swords. Serica protested, That's impossible. The guild master fumed. You put my subordinates' lives at stake. Serica begged, hugging her leg. Have mercy. I swear this won't happen again. If we get sued, we're finished. The guild master said, I never thought it would come to this, but the Hassan company is doomed. I'll see you in court. In the workshop, Skeething crafted fake swords with a false seal. This is a breeze. With this seal, I can hide a trashy sword's appearance and sell it for an outrageous price. Serica stormed in, throwing the swords down. Skeething, what's going on? He replied, Serica, is that you? This is one of my swords. He held the false seal. Serica realized, so all these were fakes? Because of your stupidity, we're getting sued by the entire Adventurers Guild. Skeething argued, we could just sell more. We'll be raking in cash. People prefer quantity over quality. Serica snapped, quality means nothing to you as long as it sells? Those words are an insult to all blacksmiths. She challenged, forge a real grade A sword this time. Skeething was speechless. Serica continued, you can't, can you? You acted like an imbecile, and it cost us everything. I was blind. What was the heart keeping the Hassan company alive? His skill made our products sell. Skeething, enraged at Will's name, clenched his fist. You want me to rely on him again? With his cursed seal, I'll turn garbage into priceless relics. Serica, disgusted, said, those fakes are worthless. She remembered Will, thinking, how could I have been so stupid? Skeething tried to stop her, but she slapped him. That's enough. Will was far more capable than you. Skeething collapsed, muttering Will's name, engulfed by dark energy. The hooded figure who gave him the seal watched from afar. Laughing, the scene shifted to Will. Poro asked, Master, is this the area Her Imperial Majesty gave us? Crowley, Will said, I told her I didn't want a reward, but she said the Empire owes me its survival 3 times. I'd never hear the end of it if I didn't accept. The title Lord of Crowley is a bit heavy. Just call me Will. I'm glad this land has a mine. Soon, Her Majesty will send people to manage the estate. I can't wait to start on the workshop. Poro pointed. Master Will, what do you make of that village over there? As Will Craft, the main character, and Poro approached the village, Will remarked, it's eerily quiet. There's not a soul in sight. A scream pierced the silence. Will turned to see a girl running, tripping, and falling. She cried no. A looming dark shadow, a lizard monster, loomed behind her, poised to devour her. Will activated almighty refinement. Air prison, trapping the monster's claws tightly. The girl escaped. Will instructed, Poro attack. Poro charged with her sword. Going after a little girl? That's unforgivable. But the girl shouted, wait, don't hurt Grandpa. Poro froze, confused. Will was stunned. Poro introduced him. This is the Lord of Crowley, Sir Will Craft. The girl, bewildered, said, you the new lord? Villagers emerged from their homes, kneeling. Please, sir, help us. Save our village. Poro, puzzled, asked, what do they mean? In a hut, the girl introduced herself as Nova and the caged beast as Grandpa Lugardo. He was once our village chief. Will was shocked. He was what? Nova revealed lizard scales on her body. This is the curse of the white dragon from the mountains. Will, still confused, asked, why dragon gods? Nova explained, since ancient times, the white dragon god has unleashed violent winds. Get caught in them, and his curse marks you. If it progresses, your body becomes a lizard man. Will examined the caged beast, noticing a familiar seal, a magical circle like those he'd seen before. He thought, another magical circle. He said, I'll take it from here. With his hammer, Will attempted to unseal the curse. The monster roared. Poro and Nova called out to him. Will activated Golden Hand. Using almighty destruction and almighty refinement, the lizard man transformed back into a human old man. Nova cried, Grandpa. She hugged him. You're okay. The curse is lifted, Lugardo said. The new Lord has healed you. Everyone get in line. With 1 strike per person, we'll cure them all. Nova and Lugardo were speechless. Nova celebrated. Everyone's back to normal. As Will prepared to leave, Nova stopped him. Where are you going, Lord Will? Will replied, looks like the white dragon god is next. Perhaps the 7 powers are involved. At the White Dragon Mountain Range, amidst corpses and uprooted leaves, Will and Poro stood in a dense miasma. Will thought, such a dense miasma. A melted body groaned, sorry for the hassle, but without the barrier you cast, we'd have ended up like that person. Will had erected a barrier to protect them from the miasma. He said, this is strange. This is the source of the curse, but the White Dragon God isn't here. Poro, looking around, was pushed by a root-like tail falling. What was that? The White Dragon God appeared. Poro exclaimed, why is it black? The dragon filled its throat with fire, attacking Poro. Flames engulfed her, but Will intervened with his hammer, using almighty refinement to create a massive barrier, halting the flames. This is my upgraded barrier, better than the one in the Imperial capital. Poro said, it's a divine barrier, right? The enraged White Dragon God attacked Will's barrier with its mouth, but it held firm. Will tapped it gently. Not only does it guard against miasma, its flexibility absorbs physical attacks. The barrier returned the dragon's fire, throwing it back. The dragon landed far away, but the ground beneath them cracked. Will said, I didn't expect this, but the ground was hollow below. Thanks to the barrier, Will and Poro survived. He asked, Poro, are you all right? She replied, I'm alive, thanks to your barrier. The White Dragon God groaned in pain. Will noted, seems flying isn't an option for it. It appears to be cursed. Poro asked, can you diagnose a dragon? Can a dragon even be cursed? Will approached the dragon, noticing something. Poro tried to stop him as the dragon lunged. She said, when I stepped on its tail, was that what made it angry? Will shook his head. No, it's not angry. It's in pain. He addressed the dragon. Honorable dragon, I don't know what caused your anguish, but if you trust me for a moment, I'll restore you to your former glory. Seeing Will's eyes, the dragon subdued itself. Will raised his hammer. Here we go. With one strike of almighty refinement, the black dragon shimmered, turning crystal white as befitting the White Dragon God. The dragon spoke, my scale's color has returned. Will said, good. Dragons always speak. The dragon replied, I am a dragon god, so I am capable of speech. Poro gasped, you're truly a dragon god? The dragon god said, I thank you for returning me to my original form. Will introduced himself. I'm Will, a traveling blacksmith. Poro added, it's Will Craft, Lord of Crowley now. The dragon said, Crowley? We are similar. Will and Poro were confused. The dragon explained, we share the same name, bestowed upon me by my king of old. Will asked, so this land bears your name? I apologize for intruding upon your domain. The dragon god said, no, this kingdom has long vanished. You are now the land's true owner. Will inquired, what led to your curse? The dragon fell silent. Ever since this land lost its king, I was consumed by grief. In my sorrowful days, the curse was inflicted upon me by the same person we saw before. Poro said, when the winds from the mountains spread your curse, it infected the villagers. The dragon god asked, have I been a burden to you people? Will reassured, you're not at fault. Examining the dragon, he found the same curse mark. He explained, it's a magical circle with an illusion technique. Most can't see it, but I can. It makes malicious thoughts rage out of control and prohibits the target from leaving. Poro couldn't see it, but Will said, the one who cursed you is likely the seventh power. The dragon roared, seventh power, I'll tear you apart. It tried to destroy the circle, but it remained intact. Will said, time for a makeover. Using almighty destruction and almighty refinement, he shattered the circle. The area transformed into a lavish castle. Poro cheered, amazing. You rebuilt this castle and destroyed the circle. Will said, now you can come and go freely. He noticed a lady, Lady Crowley, the White Dragon God in human form. She exclaimed, this is unbelievable. You made the castle a sanctuary. Will asked, that's why you're surprised? She explained, upon descending from the heavens, a god loses much power. Within my sanctuary, I can wield 100% of my power and polymorph. This castle you've rebuilt has become my celestial domain. Will said, I built a sanctuary, and this is your domain now? Lady Crowley examined his hand. That's the mark of the sun, an extremely rare sigil granting the power of the golden hand, the proof of one who grabs the sun. Only a few have been bestowed this honor since the world's creation. Horo whispered, the white dragon god has a lot of knowledge. Lady Crowley said, I had a similar sigil on my territory once. Will exclaimed, seriously? He saw a giant circle confirming, you're right. It's a perfect match. She said, this was the late king's favorite place, but no matter what I try, nothing happens. Will suggested, perhaps there's a trick to it. His hand and the sigil resonated, surprising Poro and Lady Crowley. Will thought, resonating with my sigil? Am I being pulled in? He opened his eyes in a shrine, an entirely different place. What's happening? Lady Crowley's voice echoed. Are you all right, Will? Will replied, Lady Crowley, I can hear you in my mind. She explained, it's telepathy, a skill for long-distance communication. Will said, that's incredible. Horo relayed, the white dragon says it allows synchronization of senses. Will, after being engulfed by the sigil, you've been transported to an unknown city, correct? Will confirmed, yeah, that's the only explanation. Bumping into a wall, he noted, even though it's daylight, there's no sun. Lady Crowley asked, are we thinking the same thing? Will said, probably. It's likely an underground space. The sky is an illusion, a vivid one. He told Lady Crowley. The sigil was the entry point. This artificial space, this walled city, how is it related to the Hippocyte workshop? For what I heard from my grandfather, Guy Kanoji, the workshop blocks entry similarly. If a dragon god like you can't enter, I suppose no one can. Lady Crowley said, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I have my limits. Will noticed a familiar circle. This part feels different. Clicking it, a portal appeared, a gate. Lady Crowley shouted, Will, that's an ultra-rare, top-tier, near-impossible dungeon. The Fall, one of the 7 hills. Will thought, 7 hills? She explained, this is the first to be found. They're ancient hidden dungeons throughout the world. Humans leave traces of magical power when exploring a dungeon, but this one has no lingering scent. You're the first to set foot here. Will said, but if the sigil was created by a Hippocyte smith, it's unusual that no one has been here. Examining the ore, he noted, it's not adamantine or divine iron. It's an unknown mineral I can use. Lady Crowley said, according to the books I've read, dungeon walls are indestructible. Will used almighty destruction, level 1 decomposition, easily gathering the ore. She was shocked. What did you just do? Absolute destruction? Are you really a blacksmith? Will asked, what's your point? She exclaimed, one hit can erase everything. Do you not understand how dangerous that is? Will shrugged, is that so? He stored the ore, saying storage. Lady Crowley yelled, now you're doing this crazy thing? What even is that box? Will replied, are you talking about my storage? She said, of course that's what I'm talking about. He explained, it's an extension of the golden hand, one of its many features. She protested, golden hand is one of the highest production skills, but it's not supposed to have multiple features. Will said, in my case I have 5, almighty refinement, destruction, full restoration, enchantment, and… He trailed off. Lady Crowley gasped, are you kidding me? Will admitted, I'm not a huge fan of the 5th skill. It feels… well, that aside, let's finish mapping the dungeon. Lady Crowley said, you'll have to do some exploration. We'll reveal the map. Nope, it's already done. She shouted, when did you? Will explained, almighty refinement created a map in no time. When I hit the ore, I used the vibrations through the ground to map the labyrinth. She marveled, that's like Bat's sonar. Is there nothing you can't do that's godlike? Will insisted, no, I'm just good at making things. I'm a blacksmith. After some time, Will returned through the portal. I'm back. Poro rushed to him, hugging him. Master, you had me so worried. Will, surprised, said, but it hasn't even been an hour. Lady Crowley corrected, no, you've been gone for 10 days. Time passes differently in the dungeon. Will was shocked. 10 days? A compensation is required then. He gave Poro a gift. Sorry for making you worry, Poro. Poro exclaimed. Hey, can you hear me? She realized. With this, I can talk to you from anywhere, even a dungeon, right? Thank you, Master. That's telepathy, right? Lady Crowley said. Well, you gave me the idea. I used the ore from the dungeon walls to make this telepathic hair ornament. She added. In other words, you created an indestructible communication device. Hiding her face, she sighed. I should give up trying to make sense of things. Well said. Lady Crowley, I have a request. Back at the village, the old chief, Lugardo, coughed heavily. Nova worried. Grandpa, take a break. You're pushing yourself too hard. Lugardo refused. I want to repair the village as soon as possible. Nova said, that's my job. Someone arrived. Nova asked, who is it? The white dragon god landed, carrying Will and Poro. Will announced, hey Nova, we brought the white dragon. Nova Ponikid. The white dragon god is here? Why? Isn't it cursed? Villagers ran in fear. The white dragon god, disappointed, said, it seems I'm better off not here. Will intervened, hold on. Poro gathered the crowd. The curse was lifted by Lord Will. I saw it. Nova asked, the curse is lifted? Is that true? Will declared, from now on, no curse will plague these lands again. The white dragon god was a victim too. She's here to apologize. The white dragon god nodded. Will pluck the scale from her. If you provide some material, it should be enough. Will announced, this is Lady Crowley's scale. With his hammer and almighty refinement, he created a magnificent structure of the white dragon god, with water flowing from its mouth, a fountain shimmering in 7 colors. Nova exclaimed, what is this? Lugardo felt stronger. Oh, I feel much stronger. Nova said, it's very soothing. The white dragon god was confused. Will telepathically said, Lady Crowley's scales possess natural healing power. I thought a fountain would let people enjoy it forever. Your scales are a hit. Will announced, everyone, this is the healing power of the white dragon god. Upon drinking it, any illness or wound will be healed. This is her apology. Please accept it. The villagers bowed. Thank you, almighty dragon god. The white dragon god thanked Will. An owl landed on his shoulder, a message owl from the Empire. The message read, please return to the imperial capital immediately. Lady Catherine Iceberg, the hero of the Holy Ice Sword, has been injured fighting an unknown monster. 4 hours earlier, in the city of Carter, a monster attacked. Catherine Iceberg fought fiercely. On my way, I must see Sir Will. The tentacle monster was formidable, resembling one seen before. Her sword spirit cat, Corey, warned, Carol, this thing is different. We won't defeat it without that. Catherine rose into the sky, drawing a circle with her sword, casting a spell. A dark glint shone in her eyes. Twin moon attack, crescent icebreak. A planet-like structure crashed into the monster, impaling it. Corey declared, freeze under the full moon's chill, shatter beneath the crescent moon's weight. The monster survived, striking Catherine in the abdomen. She fell to her knees, spitting blood. We need to use it again. Corey, disappointed, prepared to attack alone. Carol, serving at your side has been my greatest joy. Catherine tried to stop her, but Corey transformed into her true form, unleashing absolute zero. Catherine awoke on a bed, with Will beside her. Carol, it's all right now. Take it easy. You need to rest. Catherine burst into tears, crying, Corey. At the town hall, where the white dragon god rested, Catherine sobbed for Corey. Will thought, she's in shock. The holy eye sword was like family to her. Poro asked, Master, is it possible to repair the holy ice sword? Will explained, Hippocyte was entrusted with maintaining the holy ice sword. Holy swords are like humans. If their physical form breaks, they die. Maintaining their form is crucial. If they shatter, that's it. Poro was disheartened. Catherine, holding a fragment, said, I couldn't even say goodbye properly. I am sorry. She showed Will a piece. Is this Corey's core? Will clarified. It's the source of the sword's holy power, embedded in the hilt, serving as its heart. Catherine, I might be able to fix her. Catherine, overjoyed, said, If you make a mistake, it'll be like taking her life with my own hands. Handing him the core, she said, a world without her isn't worth living. Will thought of his grandfather. Even grandfather could only do basic repairs on holy swords. This one doesn't have its body. Can I create a new one from scratch? Catherine prayed. Corey, please come back. Will, focused, activated his golden hand. A shimmering light enveloped him. He thought, the core is the blueprint. What do I need? How should I proceed? The 5 production skills of our predecessors must be connected, creating a new skill. He declared, relic reforging, and struck the core. The scene shifted to the monster, where Lakia and an army faced the frozen beast. Lakia thought, the ice heroine sealed this monster at the risk of her life. What is this thing? The ice shattered and the monster attacked. Lakia ordered, fire. The monster redirected, hitting a soldier. The soldier cried, Lady Lakia, this monster, defeated by the ice heroine, has grown stronger. Lakia said, my lightning will take care of it. Using lightning cobra, she stunned the monster, engulfing it in lightning. Fry, you damn octopus. The lightning affected anyone touching the tentacles. Lakia yelled, don't touch them. They'll drain your life force. The ice cracked, and the monster's body emerged. The ice is shattering. Hold fast. Lakia prepared. Leave the rest to me. I'll use the sword art. A general warned. The holy sword technique will shorten your lifespan and the swords. Lakia stopped him. The army retreated to the imperial capital. She apologized to her sword, Kaminari. It's going to be rough. Kaminari replied, I don't mind. My decision was made long ago. It's been fun, though you weren't the refined lady I had in mind. Lakia thanked her. The monster broke free. Using her divine time, gaze lock, she froze the monster's tentacles. Jumping, she summoned a lightning cloud. Sword art release. Her body was engulfed in lightning, enduring immense pain. Sword art, storm serpent Jamung Grand. A massive serpent devoured the monster, leaving a crater. Lakia, in the sky, saw the monster's head intact. Exhausted, she and Kaminari were nearly gone. The monster caught her as she fell. Holding Kaminari's core, she whispered, sorry, Kaminari, it's over. Will's hammer appeared. Lakia opened her eyes to find her whip intact. Will stood behind her, his barrier stopping the monster's attack. He said, what is a weapon? For the user, it protects, but can also be part of them. An emotional scene unfolded between Catherine and Corey. Will, furious, said, breaking something so valuable and causing pain. Is it fun? You made me angry. The monster attacked with tentacles. Lakia warned, Master, it's dangerous. A slash will cut you to pieces. Will's blade sliced a tentacle in half. Lakia gasped, Master, this is amazing. You upgraded Thunderthorn after repairing it. Poro and the white dragon god arrived, fighting the monster. Poro slashed a tentacle, and the dragon god attacked. Yuzora warned, be careful. The tentacles inflict a curse that drains Holy Sword's energy, especially their main body. The monster transformed into a sun lion, a divine beast. The white dragon god said, impossible. The sun lion attacked with all its tentacles. Will shouted, get down. He used his hammer on himself. Almighty refinement. Self-body enchantment. Everyone yelled his name. The sun lion struck, but Will dodged. You blind or just slow? I'm over here. Poro cheered. Master Will is so fast. The sun lion attacked again. Will destroyed its claws with one hammer strike. Almighty refinement allows me to refine any structure, including my body, for a short time. The crowd cheered. As expected of Master, the white dragon god warned, wait. She explained, this lion is in the same condition I was, cursed with malice, lashing out in pain. Will, hearing this, said, I see. That disgusting will on its forehead is the source. The sun lion writhed in agony. Will noted, it's rooted to its brain. If I remove it forcefully, Lakia realized it's like my right eye. Will saw the familiar symbol, thinking, such a twisted design. The monster, mindless, attacked indiscriminately. Will said, looks like you need repair. transforming his hammer to large. He used almighty refinement and almighty destruction, cracking the seal and freeing the sun lion. The dragon god called out, "It's alive." At Will's fields, the sun lion rested. Will said, "You should rest. I destroyed the curse." The lioness spoke, "I am alive." Will thought, "A lioness? I thought you were male. I need to pay attention." He said, "I'm glad you're all right." The lioness said, "Child of man, I am grateful for your mercy in freeing me from madness." Will replied, "No problem." She added, "I'm truly thankful. Someday, fate will bring us together again." Lakia groaned, "Why does this keep happening? I have to compete with a lion now." Will chuckled, "She's livelier than I expected." A tentacle emerged, trying to engulf Will. "Don't screw with me," it yelled, revealing its true form. "Why is that lion hag alive after shattering my cursed jewel?" Will said, "Finally, you're done hiding. Your main body was underground, spying through the night's eye, right? What the hell is this thing?" The creature retorted, "How are you familiar with my ways?" Will replied, "I don't know your ways. I just read the structure of a garbage tier item. It's as if it was toying with life. I'll fix that worthless structure of yours." The creature laughed. "Fix me? I was created by the seven powers, the greatest cursed object, Mogami. My glorious path is to obliterate sacred relics. Don't interfere," Will declared. "Before that, I'll purge you." The monster attacked. Poro and others shouted, "Master, we'll back you up." Will warned, "No. If you touch its tentacles, you'll be consumed." He used almighty refinement, steel spear forest. Spears pierced the tentacles from below. Will thought, "Did it pass through?" The monster taunted, "You fool, you're wasting time. Gods cannot be harmed by mere human creations, only objects touched by divinity." Will activated his golden hand, barrier intact. So, in reverse, gods can be damaged by sacred relics. He raised his hammer. Connect. Through the divine hammer Mahonia, a giant holy sword emerged. The creature screamed, "A holy sword? How do you have a holy sword?" Will said, "The real sacred relic is my hammer. I created this holy sword. Only sacred relics can attack gods. If it's fake, I can use magic to copy it for 1 minute." The monster yelled, "It's a fake." Will revealed his fifth skill, infinite forgeries. Infinite boxes appeared above him. The monster was terrified. Will explained, "Within this box, the memory of a holy sword is stored. The golden hand's owner can copy the item as long as there's mana. The fake can be duplicated temporarily. Hundreds of thousands of holy weapons poised to attack." Poro gasped, "All those are sacred relics." Lakia recognized, "Aegis, Gungnir, Excalibur." Will declared, "It's over." The monster, desperate, said, "I won't let this." Poro warned, "Master Will, the tendrils are coming." The sacred relics impaled the monster. It gasped, "You created them underground?" Will said, "They flicker into existence and fade instantly." "I'm sorry." The blades annihilated the monster, mincing it into pieces. Its final words were, "The seven powers will be your doom, Hipposai." After the battle, the scene shifted to Willcraft, the main character being fussed over by Poro. Lakia, the lightning heroine, stepped away from Will. The fiery brunette muttered, "This is my duty as his future wife." Catherine Carroll, the ice heroine, teased, "If I recall, you still haven't beaten Sir Will once, right?" Lakia snapped, "I don't need you to keep count, hag." Poro interjected, "Enough, both of you. Leave it to me." Will, recovering, said, "My mana's already restored. You should share the care among yourselves." All three girls shouted in unison, "No, Master Will, you need to recover." Will, overwhelmed by their synchronized feeding of 3 dishes at once, muttered, "One moment they're arguing, the next they're in perfect sync." A voice agreed, "Indeed." It was Her Majesty, Empress Artemius. She approached Will, touching his hand. "Survivor, how do you fare? You must receive a proper comprehensive examination. After all, you're a treasure of our empire." Catherine, startled, said, "Your Majesty, when did Sir Will become part of your empire? He's a citizen of the kingdom. You can't arbitrarily claim him." Will clarified. Well, Her Imperial Majesty did bestow me a noble title. Catherine's eyes welled with tears. Wait, really? So you've truly become a noble of the Empire? Will reassured her. It's all right, don't worry. I'll always take care of you. Flustered, Catherine blushed deeply and bolted from the room, stammering, I'm going to cool off outside. Will, puzzled, asked Artemius and the others, was she really that happy about me promising to maintain her sword? Artemius replied, Will, I simply can't send you off after you saved our empire from an unprecedented disaster. You're one of our most revered heroes. Will protested. Calling me a hero feels like an exaggeration. Lakia added, If anything, it doesn't do you justice. Had you not arrived, the Empire would have been doomed. That monster's strength was beyond anything we've faced. Both she and Artemius bowed sincerely. We are truly grateful. Will Modest said, I didn't do anything special. Defeating the monster was pure luck. My abilities were just a good counter to it. The sacred relic is strong. I'll just swing around, you know. The girls exchanged glances and laughed. Poro said, Master Will, you really are quite unusual, aren't you? Meanwhile, in a different scene, Serica, Will's ex-fiancée, was shoved to the ground by someone from the Comet Imperium. She banged on their door, pleading, I have no one else to rely on. I beg you, come to the Hassan Company. The woman showed her a newspaper labeling the Hassan Company as a doomed, bankrupt, and fake enterprise. A business built on lies deserves to rot. Leave at once. Serica, on her knees, cried, Wait. There's no smithy left to forge, no customers left to buy. There's nothing more I can do. Rising, she thought with tears in her eyes, I'll just have to go ask him. The scene shifted to an open street where Skeething, Will's blasphemous brother, carried the false seal and a bag of weapons. His hand was nearly black, and he walked like a dead man, laughing maniacally. Plenty of customers here. He set up shop, calling out, Step right up. Take a good look. These items are so great, they're worth dying for. Magicians and warriors gathered. Shall we take a look? Oh, today's your lucky day. Skeething boasted. Behold the masterpieces I've created. Excalibur, Aegis, Gungnir, Leviathan, all legendary items for the low price of 1,000 gold pieces each. A warrior exclaimed, Excalibur for 1,000 gold? Skeething thought, come on, buy it, you fool. It's originally junk. He smirked, just wait, Serica. I'm going to make us filthy rich that a magician cast a crystallization spell. My novice magic is bad, but this should work. Let's see what this thing can do. Skeething, oddly enthusiastic, said, That's the spirit. The sword cut through ice effortlessly. Skeething, with a smug look, declared, Behold the power of a legendary weapon. The crowd eagerly reached for the weapons, saying, So affordable. But someone intervened. Skeething approached. Want an Excalibur? I'll sell it for 1,000. The man refused. Absolutely not. I wouldn't pay 1 gold for this. It's fake. Excalibur could cut ice, but this chipped after 1 swing. The crowd gasped. These are all fake? Skeething protested. What? Of course it can chip. It's still a sword. The man countered, No. Legendary weapons radiate power just by holding them. This is total junk. He threw the sword, and it shattered. You're trying to scam us, aren't you? The crowd jeered. You're no real smith. Skeething shouted, How dare you call these fakes? I'm the head blacksmith of the Hassan Company. Even gods would envy my skill. The crowd scoffed. Hassan Company? Today's newspaper said they're bankrupt. They chanted, Hassan Company sells fake goods. I'm boycotting your business. You fraud. Skeething, desperate, insisted. That's not true. My talent is undeniable. A voice yelled, Skeething, what the hell are you doing? It was Serica. You're a complete idiot. Skeething retorted, I'm trying to save the damn company. Serica snapped, Quit wasting time. There's only one thing we can do. Find Will and apologize to him. She showed him a paper. Hero of the Empire, Sir Will Craft. Before she could finish, Skeething kicked her hard in the abdomen. She collapsed, wailing, What are you doing? I'm carrying your child. Enraged, Skeething roared, Will. Shut up. To hell with that lunatic idiot. Sarika, shocked, said, "What kind of crap are you saying?" Skeething screamed, "I'd rather die than apologize to him. What's this gap? A great hero? Legendary weapons? That's all bullcrap. I'm here. What the hell are you whining about?" Sarika slapped him. "You're so disappointing because you're completely talentless." Skeething froze. Sarika sighed and walked away. He tried to stop her. "Wait, Sarika, are you abandoning me?" She replied coldly, "Stay there. I'll apologize alone." Skeething groaned. Sarika. His anger and jealousy fueled the false seal, transforming his entire arm. The crowd gasped. "This is insane." Someone called the guards. Skeething, consumed by darkness, muttered, "Good. You've come back, my brother. This time, I'll take all your talent and skills."